Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another day of learning. Your teachers today are Amanda and Candy. Get ready for another fun episode full of learning.
Hello, boys and girls. It's great to see you all again today. Remember, my name is Candy.
And my name is Amanda. We also have our friend Rattenborough back with us today.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited about today's lesson. We are going to learn about the prefixes un and non.
Boys and girls, do you remember what root words are?
Root words? Does that mean they're like trees?
No, Rattenborough. It means that something can be added to the beginning or to the end of a word, and that'll change the word's meaning.
I'm still not sure I understand.
That's what we're here for, Rattenborough. Let's look at an example of a root word. In fact, this root word tells about one of your favorite things to do. Eat.
Oh, I love to eat.
Now, let's say that we want to talk about you doing that right now. Last time you learned that a suffix is added to the end of a root word. What suffix could you add to the root word eat to talk about something happening right now?
How about ing? I-N-G.
Yes, you've got it. The word is eating. Now, Rattenborough, can you make a sentence with the word eating?
I am eating this cheese for lunch today. Hand it over, Amanda.
Great sentence, Rattenborough. Let's try another one. This word is lift. What's the word, boys and girls? Yes, lift. Amanda, can you make a sentence with the word lift?
Let me think. Oh, I've got it. Please lift the heavy box for me.
Now, add ed to the word lift, and the new word is, yes, lifted. I think you've got it. Rattenborough, can you make a sentence with the new word lifted?
Sure thing. I lifted the heavy box for Amanda.
Oh, thank you for lifting that heavy box for me, Rattenborough.
Anytime.
Great sentence, Rattenborough. So that's how root words work. Today, we're going to talk about adding prefixes to root words to change the meaning.
What's a prefix?
Well, I can help with that, Candy. A prefix is a word part or syllable that's placed in front of a root word. Prefixes change the meaning of the root word.
That's right, Amanda. And today we're going to work with the prefixes un and non. Both of these prefixes mean the same thing, not.
What kind of words, those root words, are we going to use to add un and non to today?
Today, all of our root words are going to be adjectives.
I remembered what those are. Adjectives are words that describe nouns, like stinky cheese.
That's right, Rattenborough. But I hope you're not eating stinky cheese.
Well, only sometimes.
Let's look at an example. Boys and girls, what's this word? If you said safe, you're correct. If you are safe, you are protected from harm or danger.
Like when a police officer tells you that it is safe to cross the street when he signals for you to walk.
That's right, Amanda. But when we add the prefix un to the word safe, the new word becomes unsafe.
Like when a car is coming, it is unsafe to cross the street. Is that right?
That's right, because now it means not safe. By adding the prefix un, we've changed the meaning of the root word.
And there's a big difference between safe and unsafe.
Right, Rattenborough.
Yes, I would say eating stinky cheese is unsafe.
Now let's add the prefix non to a root word and see what happens. Boys and girls, what's our next root word? Yes, living. Living has a root word inside of it as well, live. Amanda, what do you think the word living means?
Well, to be alive, like a plant or an animal.
You've got it.
I've got a sentence for living. Rats are living creatures, but not cheese.
Well, that is true, Rattenborough.
Now, what happens to the word when we add the prefix non to it?
Now, the new word is non-living.
Great job, Rattenborough.
Yes, great job. Remember, the prefix non means not. So what does the word non-living mean, boys and girls? Turn and tell someone watching with you what non-living means. If you said not living, you're correct.
Just like my cheese, non-living.
Yes, Rattenborough. You are living, but your cheese is non-living.
Hey, I know. Why don't we try to think of some things that are living and some things that are non-living or not living?
Hey, that sounds like a great idea. I'm going to start us off. Boys and girls at home, we're going to need your help. If the word names something that is living, I want you to put your thumbs up. If the word names something that is non-living or not living, I want you to put your thumbs down.
Okay, here we go. Our first word is tree. Well, boys and girls at home, what do you think? Is the word tree named something living or non-living? If you said living, you're right. Even though a tree is not an animal, it's still a living, growing thing. Great job. Let's try another one.
Oh, can I try?
Sure, Rattenborough.
All right, boys and girls, try this one. What about a bicycle? Living or non-living?
If you said non-living, you were right again. Even though bicycles can go fast and they're fun to ride, they're not living like a plant or an animal. Amanda, would you like to try one?
You know I do. Let me think. What about vertebrates? Does vertebrates name something living or non-living, boys and girls? What do you think?
Hey, I remember that word vertebrates from our previous lessons. Amanda, doesn't a vertebrate name an animal with a backbone?
Yes, indeed. So, boys and girls, if you said vertebrates are living, you are correct.
Thanks, Amanda, for helping us review living and non-living things.
Anytime.
Okay, for our next prefix and root, I have a tricky one. The root word is even. If something is even, it's the same in size or length as something else. But what happens if we add the prefix un to the word even?
The new word is uneven.
Let's think of some things that are even and some things that are uneven.
The ears on top of my head are even.
That's true, Rattenborough. And if I stand tall and straight, my shoulders are even.
Boys and girls at home, stand up tall and straight and show us how your shoulders are even.
Boys and girls, that's it. Now, make your shoulders become uneven, like this, or this.
That's it, uneven. Okay, boys and girls, now it's your turn to try at home. Read the next root word. Yes, fiction. If a book is fiction, it's about something that's make-believe. Think of a sentence with the word fiction and turn and tell your sentence to someone watching with you.
Oh, can I try a sentence with fiction? My class is reading a fiction book about rats from outer space.
Rats from outer space? I've never heard of such a thing.
Exactly. It's fiction.
What a sentence, Rattenborough. Let's see what happens when we add one of our prefixes to the word fiction. Boys and girls at home, what's the new word? Yes, nonfiction. Let's think. If non means not, then what does nonfiction mean, boys and girls? You've got it. Nonfiction means not fiction, so that means the story is real.
So, if my class reads a book about rats who eat cheese, that would be nonfiction?
Yes, Rattenborough. Now, that's a story that I would believe.
Let's try one more. This time the root word we'll use is verbal. Boys and girls, read the word after me. Verbal.
What is verbal?
Rattenborough, that is a really good question. Verbal means that you can convey something with using words. If I say, come here, that's a verbal command.
Right, Amanda. But if we add the prefix non, the word becomes
Nonverbal?
That's it, Rattenborough. So if I want to say come here without using any words, I would give you a nonverbal command like this.
You've got it, Amanda. All right, boys and girls, it's your turn at home again. I want you to do the last one all by yourself. The root word is happy. What prefix could we add to the root word happy to mean not happy?
Well, boys and girls, what prefix did you add to happy to make it mean not happy? If you said you are exactly right.
So, our new word is unhappy.
That's right, Rattenborough. Amanda, show the boys and girls at home what it looks like when you are happy. Now, Amanda, show the boys and girls at home what it looks like to feel unhappy.
Wow! Prefixes really are magical. They change the meaning of root words completely.
Yes, Rattenborough, you are right. We also learned that the prefixes and non, they both mean not.
What did you all learn today? Tell someone at home what you learned about root words and the prefixes and non today. Remember, a prefix adds a syllable to a word. It's in front of a root word. It changes the meaning of the root word, and it may change the part of speech. Today we looked at un and non, which both mean not.
We sure did learn a lot about words and prefixes today. Let's try reading a story that has words with the prefixes un and non.
That's a great idea. First, let's find all of the words with the prefix un or non and read and underline them. Unknown, unclear, unwise, unhappy, unlucky, untied, unfinished, unsteady, unfriendly, nonstop, unlucky, unlucky, non-living, nonsense, non-existent, untied, unsteady, unlucky. Now that we found all of the words with the prefixes un and non, I'll read the story aloud to you. The title of this story is The Lucky Rabbit. Once there was a lucky rabbit. Everything always seemed to go Rabbit's way. It was unknown and unclear to his animal friends just why he was so lucky. But one of the animals, the unwise walrus, was very jealous of Rabbit, and this made him very unhappy. Walrus felt as if he were always unlucky. If he put on his shoes, they came untied. If he had unfinished painting to do, he would become unsteady on the ladder and fall. Because of this, he was often unfriendly to those around him. Walrus fussed and complained non-stop about how unlucky he was. I am even more unlucky than that non-living rock over there, he told Giraffe. Oh, nonsense, said Giraffe. Your bad luck is non-existent. Your shoe became untied because you did not tie it tight enough. And you were unsteady on your ladder because you did not lean it close enough to your house, Giraffe explained. Silly me, exclaimed Walrus. I'm not unlucky after all. Now this time, let's read the story together. Boys and girls at home, I want you to read the story aloud with me. The Lucky Rabbit. Once there was a lucky rabbit. Everything always seemed to go Rabbit's way. It was unknown and unclear to his animal friends just why he was so lucky. But one of the animals, the unwise walrus, was very jealous of Rabbit, and this made him very unhappy. Walrus felt as if he were always unlucky. If he put on his shoes, they came untied. If he had unfinished painting to do, he would become unsteady on the ladder and fall. Because of this, he was often unfriendly to those around him. Walrus fussed and complained non-stop about how unlucky he was. I am even more unlucky than that non-living rock over there, he told Giraffe. Oh, nonsense, said Giraffe. Your bad luck is non-existent. Your shoe became untied because you did not tie it tight enough. And you were unsteady on your ladder because you did not lean it close enough to your house, Giraffe explained. Silly me, exclaimed Walrus. I'm not unlucky after all.
Whoa, I sure did hear some good reading at home.
Me too, Amanda.
I am so glad you helped us read our story today. Remember, when a prefix is added to the front of a root word, it changes the meaning of that word.
That's right, Rattenborough. And we learned that the prefixes un and non both mean not.
Thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Thank you, Amanda and Candy. All rights and credits for today's lesson belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these valuable resources. The views and opinions expressed in this lesson are those of the Core Knowledge authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Mississippi Department of Education. Thank you again, Amanda and Candy. Thank you for joining us today, boys and girls. We will see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.